Napheesa Collier went on to Good Morning America today, and she provided an update about the CBA negotiations going on, and she does believe something will get done soon. Now, keep this in mind. They've got until January 9th before the lockout happens. And if nothing gets done by this week, the conversation about a conflict of interest, Napheesa Collier, will grow louder and louder. Look, she had every right to call her Kathy Engelbert when it comes to how she's handled the league. I've talked about constantly players not speaking up enough about the refs not being really good in the WNBA. They've let things slip by, and that's caused a lot of problems. But again, the founders of Unrivaled are Breanna Stewart and Napheesa Collier. They are also part of the Women's National Basketball Players Association. So if nothing gets done this week, and you've got equity in Unrivaled, well, fans are going to say, it seems like you're trying to get some type of leverage with the WNBA. Problem is, this league has yet to make money. That's just the facts. And until they can showcase some profitability, well, you're not going to have a ton of leverage. And they haven't done a good job promoting Caitlin Clark as one of their faces. If you say anything negative about Paige Beckers in the media, you get scorched like crazy. And it's like, what are we doing here? If you want to be taken serious, then let's get this done and start playing basketball again. Because if the WNBA doesn't have a league for, let's just say, a month and a half, or let's just say they don't get started until mid-August, guess what's right around the corner? NFL, college football. Fans are not watching. You have this small window of opportunity to keep gaining momentum. If the negotiation doesn't have any conversation about improving the quality of play, like better referees and making sure you have more roster spots for your franchises, then nothing's going to change. If you don't pivot from certain conversations where you talk about women's sports, they deserve more respect, or, we hear about racism, it gets annoying and fans are going to turn you off. If you want your product to be better, market your players. Get them at the forefront, because I'm telling you right now, no league, it's going to be RIP. Goodbye. Won't miss you. So let me see what Napheesa Collier had to say here.
Got to talk about the WNBA, because you have been a key voice in the negotiations with the Players Association. Is there any update that you can give us on the process right now?
Not right now. We're a little bit of a standstill. Our timeline is coming up in a couple of days. It's going to expire. But I think we're just excited to show at Unrivaled that it is possible to pay the players and create a successful business. And that's what we hope to do in the WNBA as well. But I think we're exemplifying.
The problem with that is there's other players in play. You have the NBA helping you out, and you have investors involved. They've got a piece of the pie. So they have to get their cut as well. And until they recognize the WNBA model is not sustainable, and you need to just work with the league so you can stay in business and you can grow it organically, you're not going anywhere. And that's why they created it on Rival, because you needed more income. I get it. Look, I'm not against that. Pursue different endeavors. That's fine. But don't say in that conversation, oh, well, you know what? We're proving that Unrivaled, you can pay them and also play basketball. Well, yeah, because it's a different business model. It's not like that with the WNBA. So look, I like the fact Napheesa Collier, when she called out Kathy Engelbert, it was great. But dragging this on, fans are going to put a target on her back and say, there seems to be a conflict of interest, because the WNBA probably wants more ownership of Unrivaled and more say in how you run the league. And you're like, no, that's off limits. So where's the compromise? Because Caitlin Clark, she wants to play in the WNBA. She doesn't want to play in another league. She loves the WNBA. She talks great about the players, even though there's media and old heads that talk her down, try to act like she's not that good, and, say, oh, well, you know what? It's because of, these white people that watch now. And, if they weren't here, there would be so much racism going on. Like, they make up these narratives that aren't true. But again, Caitlin Clark is the reason why people tuned in. So if she's not around, then people just aren't going to watch. You need people who can market your product. That's just how it works with any sport. You see in the NBA right now, they have to transition off of Curry, Durant, and LeBron. And one of the Christmas games that was on was the Spurs and OKC. You want to know why they were on TV? Because they recognize the Thunder just won the championship, even though I did criticize the NBA for not having them on Christmas the year before, but they had them on TV this time, and they were showcasing Victor Wembanyama, who was also on Christmas the year before, so kudos to them. But they understand we've got to pivot away from the old heads and show the next generation of players. So you have to understand whoever's your face, you push them as far as possible. You get them in every camera. You have them as the face. You look at wrestling. I know people got tired of John Cena because he was like a corporate figure and he did everything possible to please the WWE. And understandable, got to make your money. But WWE recognized let's push them towards kids because it's going to make us money because they were PG at the time. He was the face. So they understood, let's make sure if we're going to stay in business, push this guy. Even if all the fans don't like it, let's push this forward. So Caitlin Clark needs more attention. You need to do a better job with marketing of the players like Napheesa Collier. She is amazing as a basketball player. But again, if things don't work out and this continues to spiral out of control, well, fans are going to wonder, are you just not willing to compromise because you have to give up some stake in Unrivaled? Well, that doesn't benefit the players of the WNBA who need a contract, who aren't playing on Unrivaled. Now it's going to get even uglier. So I don't like that statement from Napheesa.
I'm not here at Unrivaled that it is possible. So we're excited to reach negotiations. No one wants a work stoppage, but we do feel really confident in what we're asking for. And I just feel really blessed to be able to play and create something that is already showing that these things are possible.
Yes, and you are showing that it's possible with Unrivaled. The fans that you have, the players who have had long-term commitments, have signed multi-year contracts with Unrivaled. But is there anything that is missing from the conversations with the WNBA? Anything that's missing in those conversations that you've been having?
I would say just, we've been at the table a long time. It's been a little bit over a year. And I think just the willingness to create something new with the players is what we're really looking for right now. We're confident that we're going to get there. I know from our side, we're standing strong on what we were asking for. And I feel good that it's going to happen.
Yes, and that's what people want to see happen. But what we're going to see happening starting tonight is Unrivaled. Can you believe?
What do you want that's new? More money? Like I said, you don't have the right business model. What they need to focus on is improving the product. Fans don't want to watch games where it's in the low 70s. Have games with more pace. Have less bully ball. Less fights. Not fights, but less rugby type of play. Because that's what it feels like at times. And it doesn't feel like basketball. And make the game more pleasing to watch. You can work on that. And if you accomplish that goal, more people are going to tune in. But if it's all about money and paying what you owe us, who owes you what? I just don't get the WNBA players. And the more I look at them going, he is not doing them is doing them a major disservice if they do not get this done by the 9th. Because you're saying, like, we don't want a league that's locked out. Okay, that will be held against you if this doesn't get done this week. I'm telling you right now, that quote will be played over and over again if they can't finish the job. So we'll see how this all plays out. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one.